You know what I was thinking? That maybe, just maybe, that it's time, like, for things to shift. You know, so much going on, so many killings. You know, so much wickedness going on out here in the world that maybe we needed this time to actually, in space, to actually sit down and recollect ourselves as a whole. You know, we too separated, and instead of people being so divided, because guess what? We all in this together. We all in this together. If you if you believe in the biblical, you know, like, this right here ain't this ain't this not this just the beginning, or even maybe we already been in the beginning of things and we just haven't realized, that's where we were. And it's not until, I don't think, people want to start really taking, like, why did it have to come to this for people to really start taking things serious, as far as what the biblical speaks upon. you know it took, like, and that's just pure, and that's pure ignorance. We live in our daily lives, um thinking that everything okay, and it's not. Because when it's all said and done, realistically, like, the government, they playing all of us, every last single one of us. They out here, um having us go against each other. you know People don't know, we don't really know what to believe, so we kind of just brush things off because we done been lied to so long. But how can you not accept what was already written? I don't get that. I don't get that. You're not gonna accept what was already written. You know, it's crazy because, like, I remember a time back when I was in high school, and I was reading. I can't. I wish I remember the name of the book. I wish I could, but I just remember the time back when I was in high school, and I was reading this. It was a fiction book, and in the book it was, not, I had no knowledge about martial law, but I think, yeah, in ninth grade I had no knowledge. So, reading the book, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna read it. So I get to read the book, and then the book will start to speak about the martial law, and how people, how the army's going to come in place of the police officers, and they're going to be the ones controlling the streets, and you have to be in the house before the street lights came on. You had to be in the house or whatever, and they were saying in the book how they was able to come in your house. You don't have to have no warrant. So then it goes back and be like, hmm, what makes that's what I'm saying. This race stuff and all that was distractions. That for people to feel superior to do certain things, when in reality it's all about rich or poor. That's what it really comes down to. It's not about you being superior on what you think is acceptable, or what you think they allows you to get away with for now. And until you don't abide by those laws and regulations, and it's so crazy because some people have already fallen into a trap already, because their mind is so far into lies that they can't separate the truth from a lie. You know what I'm saying? I just want to encourage everybody, stay prayerful, check on your loved ones. In this time, find your inner peace. I think that's a lot of times. A lot of times, like, we so focused on what's going on around us instead of what we need that's going to build us. Find that inner peace within yourself at this time. Take the time out to really seek God's face. Do prayer, fasting. You know what I'm saying? And or even take the time to love on you. Take the time. I feel like because we always running. We always, and shout out to the essential workers. Much respect. I always felt like I should get paid hella buku money, especially like the doctors, people, the teachers that really make a lot of sacrifices for us, for the people, because to be honest, these NFL players, um, really not doing as much or even really contributing what to our entertainment is another distraction. You see what I'm saying? They are just a distraction. Instead of watching football, we read a book. It's forcing you to do stuff that we should have, and could have been doing to make society better as a whole. We're so disconnected, because why? Most of us are disconnected within ourselves. So it's impossible for you to be connected to something or someone else when you're disconnected with yourself. You get what I'm saying? So I just want to encourage everybody, you know, to take this time to really do self healing, self love. You know, as I always say, ten toes within yourself. You know, take this time to do that. Love on yourself. That way you can be able to love on somebody. Because at the end of the day, when this new world order hit, guess what? It's not one. It's no respect for person. Oh, but the rich. Excuse me. But the people that's really behind it, that's really want to control and dictate. It's really a spiritual battle. It's a spiritual warfare that's going on, and like they said, it's already been stated. This not the last virus. The next virus that's gonna come, it's gonna be worse. It's gonna be worse than what it is now. So you thinking that y'all, in like I said, in times to come, this is nothing. This is nothing. This is nothing. I can't say the Antichrist coming. I don't know, because we see certain situations happen, and we're like, oh, it's the Antichrist and the end of the world and this and that, and then it don't really be that time. It don't be that time. This time right now is pairing you. It's gearing you, and you should be utilizing it. To educate yourself on first self love. Deal with your spirituality, and learn how to build a union with your family, with people that's around you. Learn how to encourage and motivate one another. Pray for one another, and within love and peace. Versus negativity, because it's obvious a sign that it's time to think and dig into our spiritual beings. And it's crazy how it takes for it to get to this point when people want to quote unquote come together. We should have been doing that, because we didn't dug ourselves so deep in the hole. And I'm not saying that God can't do, because He can, but we have to be on one accord as a people, because the government or whoever, I don't know who it is, the people in the White House. Okay, let me say that. That's running the White House, and I ain't talking about the orange hair man. I'm talking about it's people that's over him. It's somebody that's over him. He has nothing to do with what's really going on. Why you think? Because if you got to think, if he was the true leader of everything, there wouldn't have to be a vote. It makes no sense. They have people that really, it's all a game. Let me tell you something. They already know what they're going to do before they do it. Let me say that. They already know. It's just like going to court. When you have a public defender, they already know what they're going to do. They sit in chambers. They all friends. They sit in the chamber and they talk, and they talk about, oh yeah, we going. They already know. You just be in the dark. So you got to look at life, and we're dealing with, these hired people in the same perspective as the people that's in the criminal justice system, because they all work for these people. You get what I'm saying? We no longer work for God. We work for people. We no longer want to entertain God. We want to entertain people, and it's crazy. That's why we have so many followers around. That's why we have, that's why the things are going the way that they are. That's why people are so easily manipulated. And if I pop on a video and blow up a person got to be famous in order for somebody to take heed to something or want to do something. And we as people, a lot of us don't have minds of our own. They look for the Kevin Harts and Meek Mills. They look for those type of people. They look for these people. Or they look for these entertainers to what's their next move. Come on. Instead of looking for God. They look for the Beyoncés and the Jay-Z's. They worship these. I never in my life I don't have no disrespect to none of them. And I'm grateful unto God that God has blessed you and put you in a position to be able, to make a living for you and your family. But then reality is, my thing is, what are y'all doing for your community? Because here in Philadelphia, schools are closing. You're not doing anything. That lets you know that you really don't have real control over your finances. Cause it ain't no way that I come from the ghetto and schools closing, rec center closing, all these things closing, and then they out here speaking about the kids, but don't do anything. They just having a conversation. And what they doing is they're putting their money to foundations that whoever's in control of their money, so they won't get blackballed and all that. They dictate. They make themselves look good, but some of that stuff they ain't doing. A lot of people are not doing this stuff from the heart. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's all well and good that you're donating to children's hospitals, and I'm sure they appreciate it. But whatever happened donating, but that's my point is, you can't donate to the urban communities, and I'm trying to figure out why. Or you're not able to donate to something when it's your money. And if you do, it has to be a particular school, like a school that's doing something that has some growth within it, that's in an urban community. Other than that, they're not really, like they said, it's people out here hungry. People out here hungry, but when holidays come around and they want to give them some snacks. They want to give them some video games, laptops, and TVs, stuff that really don't mean anything. Stuff that's is not beneficial to their life. The only thing that's helping with is with the entertainment. That's all they doing. So they can be distracted. They're not giving these kids no books to read. Tell them go home and read a book. They're not promoting that stuff. They're not promoting fathers being in the house or trying to be there for their children. They're not promoting that. They're not promoting women. They're not promoting how to have effective communication with people. They're not promoting that.